What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Welcome. What's up, Ginger, Yush, Tonka, Andrew, Nils? What's going on, boys? Great week at MSL. We crushed absolutely everything. We're playing it day by day. We came into today with Apple puts, and we've nailed those, believe it or not. And the rest of the day we switched to calls, and we told you, I told you why we were switching to calls all day. We were ready for it. We're ready for VANNA. You don't short on Fridays. Shorting on Fridays is only for scalps usually, because there's a lot of puts that have to come off. So basically, what we mean by VANNA is, in a short, I'm not gonna go into it because it's a lot of stuff. But for the beginners in here, when I say VANNA, what's up, Harper? How you doing? Basically, what we mean is everyone's bearish in this market right now. Everyone's scared of the Fed. Everyone was scared of the NFP numbers. Everyone's scared of the interest rate hikes. Bearish structure of the market. Everyone's bearish. So there was so many people that came into today with $350 puts on QQQ way down here, right? So basically, we never hit that in regular trading hours. Everyone had 350 puts. So basically, when they see the longer we go without absolutely dumping, the more pain those shorts are in. What's up, Sat Simran? The more pain they're in. So their puts are running out of time and their prices are going down. So they're getting scared. What's up, Andrew? How you doing? And they have to take off those puts. When you take off those puts, the dealers, they have to buy underlying equity to bring that price back up. It's like the most simple term, okay? And basically what we were waiting for was this rip right here. I got shaken out. We'll talk about that in a bit. I'll show you exactly my trade execution on my first wrong trade today on Google. I wasn't wrong, by the way. It just faked me the out, and I was too heavy to hold through the chop. So here's SPY on an overall daily chart. Complete bear flag, right? We broke out of it yesterday, got all the buyers excited, and then they took it right back down. Today, if you look at it carefully, we didn't even take out yesterday's high. There's nothing bullish about this right here. That's why I was not entering calls for next week, but I'm also not entering puts for that same reason I just explained on VANNA. VANNA shows up usually on Fridays, at some point on Fridays, and Monday mornings until 11 a.m. After 11 a.m., usually it's done, and then the rest of the day we can resume with normal market activity. So that's my plan. On Monday, if we do go green in the morning, I will be looking to take puts. That's why I'm not taking any calls. I'm trying to just play day to day because I know this market. I've traded this market. You guys have seen we've been crushing every single play. Minus maybe 2 or 3 plays I missed this week out of 20 or 30, 25. Like, that's all you can really ask for when you're trading. So big bear flag, breakout, get all the bulls in, suck in all the bulls, hit my exact numbers that I gave you guys 2 days ago on the resistance, and pulled back right back into the bear flag now. Do we make our way back up in, or do we suck in more bulls at this resistance and then pull it down? I don't know. That's why we have to wait till Monday. I'm not too excited about swing trading right now. I'm still going day to day. So what we're watching here on QQQ. So this is an intraday chart of QQQ. I gave you this level of pre-market 356.74. This is what happened. So we opened up, we started ripping. I'm like, okay, like people are already taking off their puts. They're probably already scared. The 350 puts are probably coming off. They peaked the head above. They closed the 5-minute candle above my level, which is where I entered the Google calls. Next candle, they flushed it right back down. So those Google calls completely sucked me in. If I held them, they still would have went at least 100%, I believe. But I had too much size, so I had to stop out as soon as we closed below this level. Went down, tested this support here, almost a double bottom, and then just never looked back. Next time, you guys seen we got up to my level, reject almost right off, reject right off, almost got there again, and then the fourth time they got it through. They retested it to the downside, and this is when Yush was pinging me, but I was outside shoveling, and just started ripping right towards my next level. And this level was key, very key today. And just like I told you guys, the level yesterday worked perfectly. Today, the level worked perfectly. The execution was a little bit off, but we did hit Tesla at the end of the day there for big gains. Snapchat was nice. Tease Tesla was very nice. Yash hit a bunch of plays today. So congratulations, I think, everyone at MSL Bank today. If you didn't, there's always next week, guys. We'll figure it out. It's a day by day, killing every play. Let's see what happens. XLF, by far the strongest sector today. This is banks, guys. Banks don't usually run like this intraday. Let me show you. So banks, big run up, bull flag, breakout. While everything else, big run up, it is kind of a bull flag, but we're not even close to breaking out. QQQ, Same kind of thing, bear flag, breakout, not even close to a bull flag because we have to rip through this high, and we already gave back a lot of those gains. So I'm not too bullish on tech. XLF right now does look bullish. Next week we'll see. Monday, I already told you my plans. IWM right here is very tricky as well. Same thing, it's just a bear flag. Not too excited about this one for next week. But let's see. I mean, anything is possible next week. This might have been just a big bear trap, but this right here is a clear bear flag to me. If we break to the downside, I will be taking puts again. And if we gap up Monday, I'll probably look for puts on IWM as well. The VIX here came down a lot from the highs. If you look at the weekly though, again guys, we're just putting in a higher low. Remember this on the volatility index. I know usually what the VIX does is big spike up and it gives it right back. People get scared, people take off. They're scared, like how scared they are. Right now, we're actually in a constructive VIX, which means it's building. It's bullish. It made a low. It made a lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And now do we go take out this 38.94? I think we need a black swan event. What's up, J-Dub? How you doing? If we go to take out this 39 here, or if we just continue building up, this is not a bullish market, guys. Until the VIX comes and takes out this low or this low, I think there's a lot of volatility ahead. Especially, this is the daily chart, right? We're holding above the 50-day moving average. You got the weekly chart is setting up the same way, guys. You guys see how it's starting to put in higher lows? On the weekly chart, we're putting in a higher low now. So we put in a low here, higher low. So this is the high, this is the low. This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So the VIX is not done yet, in my opinion. There is still some volatility to come, and that's why I'm still not entering any swing trades or equity trades or anything. ES, I gave you levels as well. You can just play these levels, guys, in the morning if you want. Like, let's see this. I think it was, no, I had them on SPX. SPX right here, we had 45.14. We had 44.79-ish. And yeah, just play the levels. It's very easy, guys. And then level to above was only 45.74 that I had for you guys. Other than that, we did close kind of bullish because we did close about 4,500. But other than that, let's see what happens on Monday. I don't know what happens next week. All I know is that jobs numbers came in good. That means the Fed can hike the rates, which is a very bad thing for the markets. And another thing is yields are at a 52-week high. So if you guys know anything about yields, this means risk off. Today was just basically shorts covering, I believe. I don't think anyone was taking any real sized buys today. But let's see. Next week, we'll see the answer. Apple. This is the one we came in today with puts. We took puts yesterday. I told you guys I was bearish at the end of the day there. Why was I bearish? It's very clear. It's a very clear support line. We're breaking through here. We took 170 puts for next week at 155. Gap down and then ripped after hours because of Amazon's fake earnings. Amazon's earnings were not that good in my opinion. They just ripped it because it was down so much. Apple ripped after hours, dumped this morning, complete dump, way under yesterday's low, opened around in the money almost. So we got a good gain on these ones. Sold them right in the morning because of VANNA. I'm still holding a couple runners just because they're completely free. If the market does dump, I'll get paid on them. If not, they go to zero. I don't really care. They're completely free. But we've seen higher low, higher low, higher low, and then the end of the day destroyed the trend. So let's see Apple into next week. Overall, on the overall chart on Apple, it does look like it's kind of exhausted. I mean, four days straight up. One reversal day yesterday and lower today. We didn't even get close to yesterday's high on Apple, which tells me there's more room down. The only reason we held on Apple, in my opinion, today was one, because of VANNA. Two is because all the moving averages are holding it up here. You have the 21-day, the 50-day, and the 8-day all at 170 or 171, which is the low of today on Apple. So if we break through these moving averages, there's a lot of room down on Apple. I will be interested in Apple puts next week. Honestly, I didn't want to hold anything over the weekend. That's why I sold my Perry as well. I do still have that Sava. So JPM is negating that bear flag. So we had a very clear bear flag on the daily. We broke out and we closed above it today. So this is what I'm watching here on JPM. We did negate the bear flag. So if banks want to run, because interest rates are guaranteed now. So retail will think that banks... I can't even talk. Banks will benefit from this interest rate hike, so that's why banks were up a lot today, in my opinion. Obviously, this is not going to short squeeze banks. I don't think there's that many people short banks. But look at this rip. This is not a normal move. Oscar brought it up at the end of the day there where 50-cent out calls on BAC were 1 cent or something. That's because banks don't usually run like this, man. If you go back in a normal, healthy market, banks don't move this much. Banks don't move $1. They don't move like 50 cents. They move barely in a day. In a full day, they barely move. Right now, it's super volatile, everything. Look at the size of this rip on JPM. That's going to be very hard to find in a healthy market, this kind of rip, unless they had earnings or something. It's just a very, very day-to-day market right now. Very choppy. What's up, Gravesh? How you doing? Pinterest, we did close above that key support I was talking about, 26 bucks. I think they had earnings last night. I didn't even look at them. I was too preoccupied with Snapchat and Amazon. But we did close above that $26 level. See if we can get continuation. As long as we're above 26, this one can see a run. If we're under 26, I don't think we run. So that's it. Just watch 26. It's a line in the sand on pins. Nvidia here. I still do have some March 300 calls. Just a little feeler. I want to keep an eye on them just in case we do bounce. I have positions set up so I can take March positions or late February positions. If we dump, I want to keep my account open for puts as well. I want a lot of cash right now. That's very key in this market. Just watching this, it's kind of setting up here. It just looks like a bear flag. Like everything in the market on the longer term time frames just looks like bear flags, guys. That's why I'm not getting into too many far out call positions. I'm not getting into anything. Usually in a bear market, what happens is we take the stairs down and then we take elevators up. In the bull market, we take stairs up and elevators down. So it's exactly the opposite thing right now. We're moving down very, very slowly, and then when we move up, we rip up. Like you guys have been seeing, we've been crushing calls left and right when it's time, but the bearish positions are taking a little bit more time to play out. So just remember that we're in a bear market. It's very clear to me. Snapchat here, huge day. I mean, if you look at the overall picture on Snap, it was a huge day. Of course, it was a huge day, huge volume. The first time the quarter has been profitable for Snapchat, so Snapchat is a profitable company now. That's part of the huge rip. But if you look at their last few days, I mean, they were down 3% they were down 5% this day. Yesterday, they were down 23%. So they're down 30% almost in the last 2 days before earnings. Down 30%, and then they ripped it today 58%. So really, they only gained 28% if you think about it. Huge volume, big reversal. I think Snapchat can keep going. It left a lot of gaps up here to fill. I mean, Snapchat has a gap all the way to 73.89, guys, and it's a profitable company. If we cross over the 50-day moving average, obviously, after a huge move like this today, they're going to need to consolidate. So there's 3 things Snap can do right here. They can either consolidate and go up. They can consolidate and come down and fill that gap, or obviously they can just come straight down or straight up. 4 scenarios you can have on Snapchat. Right now I'm leaning towards a bull flag and breakup because those company earnings were very, very good and they showed that Facebook was just a one-off. Tesla here, just a bear flag. Just watching. Yesterday's high looks like a double top like T pointed out in the chat. 931, 937, and 936. So all 3 highs are like almost right at the same spot on Tesla. Not too excited about this one either, bullish. If options quite yet, the longer term time frames are still screwed up on all these charts. Other than that, scalping is lots of fun on Tesla. It's very volatile. It moves very, very fast. Today we crushed it again. I think Yash hit it like 3 or 4, 5 times. I hit it a couple times. T hit it a couple times. Ricky hit it a couple times. And Boogie hit it a couple times. I think everyone in MSL traded Tesla at one point today. So, and most of them are green. So congratulations. This Perry, my friend Blitzkrieg gave me this name. He's a master at ad tech fundamentals. What I seen on this one is it's not a chart play, it's a fundamental play. They got earnings next Wednesday. I bought 55-cent contracts. I bought the 22.5 calls for Feb 18th. They went up almost 100% today. I was trying to get filled at the ask, didn't fill me. Tried to get filled at the bid, they didn't fill me. Sold it at the I tried to get filled at the mid, they didn't fill me. Sold it at the bid at 90 cents. I was happy with the gains. I don't know what's going to come on Monday. I'll probably get back in them cheaper next week if they do come down. If they don't come down, then I'm happy with it. I had some size in there, so I'm happy I got rid of them. Nice gains. Accounts big green for the week, big green for the day. That's all you can ask for, and next week we'll do it all over again. Right now on Perry, though, we need to go take out that 50-day moving average at 21.96. So Perry above 22 can really run, but again, there's earnings next Wednesday, so there's always that risk of earnings. Amazon, very mediocre earnings in my opinion. They cooked their books. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the income that they provided was from the Rivian sale. And basically what they did was they reported the Rivian stock price from December 31st, where it was ripping, even though now it's down like 40% from there. So a lot of their numbers were very, very sketchy. But AWS killed it, so I guess the street like that, and plus they were down like 235 points yesterday. So maybe they were just overreaction to the downside and they just ripped it. Amazon next level up is 3261, and then I got 3393 to the upside. SE, I'm keeping an eye on this SE. Remember this downtrend that I show you every single day on post market, guys? So finally we're breaking above the line. Remember what I told you, in a downtrend we have to cross the 8-day, we have to set a higher low and then a higher high. So SE through 159.21, this one can start running. Like this one can go on a long run. Remember, we're down from near 400, guys. I think on SE was 371. Yeah, 371 was the high. 372 on SE was the high. We're trading at 151, guys. Or no, we're trading at 154. So over 159 completes, it's starting the daily uptrend. So we put in the low, we put in a higher low, we put in a high, and now we need to go and put in that higher high. And that changes the daily trend back in the favor of the bulls. So on Monday, if we can take out this high of 159.21, then we can go on a big run on SE, and I will probably take some longer out contracts. But for right now, like I pointed out, the VIX is making higher lows and higher highs. Everything, there's still more volatility to come, trust me. Google here. Google, this is the play that screwed me today. So 10:15 was right here when the QQQ broke out, completely faked me out, pulled back. If I actually held those contracts, I would have been big green by the end of the day. Got high of the day. It is what it is. I'll take that trade 10 times out of 10. That's why I call it a fake out. The market purposely faked us out. We had the perfect play. Everything was set up. We waited for it, and they faked us out. So again, I'll take that play 10 out of 10 times. I took a little loss there, hit Tesla, made it all back, plus then some. Snapchat made it back. So when you have a play, you have a trade plan, follow it. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. You're not going to be right 100% of the time. Sava is one that I want. So I have $60 calls for Feb 18th. I have equity on this one. I really like the flow that I seen a couple of weeks ago. I really like the volume coming in. I like the CEO buying shares. I like the Alzheimer's drug. If they cure Alzheimer's, this one has a massive move coming. And BIIB was the other Alzheimer's drug company, and they gapped down this morning. They had some bad news this morning. I didn't read into it, but last time they got approved for their Alzheimer's drug was this day right here. Let me zoom in for you guys, just so you guys see a clear picture of what Sava is capable of if they get approved by the FDA. Look at this. This is a 109-point move up, which is 38%. So basically, on Sava, if we get that kind of day, or even less day than that, so basically 39% would be, obviously I'm just guessing here, guys. I'm not saying like it's gonna happen. I'm not saying and look where it lines up with 39% from the low of today, goes right to the 200-day moving average at $62.80. So this is a very, very risky play because you don't know if they're going to get approval. You don't know when they're going to get approval. That's why I bought some equity as well. But these kinds of plays are the kinds of plays that make your month or your week or whatever. They make a lot of money if they hit. So that's why I think it's worth the risk. I took some. I'm still holding it. I'm watching carefully. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, especially today. Like, it was just running all day. A lot of stocks faded, took bigger dips. Like, if you compare it to a chart of Google, I mean, Google was like, there was way bigger dips is what I'm saying. Sava just kind of rolled all the way, all day up. So let's see what happens with Sava next week. Monday, I'll have new plays for you guys. I have a strategy mapped out. If it plays out to how I see it happening, I will tell you guys in my Stock Life Premium. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Don't go party.